This is an ASMR video for GalaxyDreaming, and for this video we're going to speak really softly. So I'm going to show you how I do a pampering treatment. The treatment is a salon style treatment where somebody comes in and they get a back massage and they get a facial and then maybe a hand, scalp or foot massage during the mask being on the face during the facial. So you can use this for educational purposes, or you can just use it to go to sleep to, or just listen to, or just relax to. Thanks for coming to this channel and watching. Here we go. This is a pamper package. So because within this treatment I'm going to do a facial, I'm going to start with the client lying face down and start with the back massage. Then when they roll over, we do their facial. It wouldn't make sense to do it the other way. Okay, so I start by using warm oil. The oil is already heated as it's been sitting with the hot stones in the hot stone warmer. And I'm just going to apply that. So I'm just applying the oil all over the client's back. I just use the oil so that you get a nice even slip when you're massaging. You don't really want it to feel like you've got too much traction. I just want my hands to glide over the body. I want to be able to feel the muscles, feel the tension, but I don't want my hands to drag. So for my first movements, I'm using both of my hands, going from the bottom of the lower back, spreading up the spine on each side of the spine, over the shoulders and back down again. And move around the client as I work. I might go back up to the shoulders and then start moving my hands back down the body and back down across the lower back. Just slowly warming up the muscles here, slowly making sure that I can feel where's their tension, where are the muscles feeling a little bit, tighter. As I move my hands up either side of the spine, I'm using my fingertips also to create pressure. And I'm using my thumbs to move through the trapezius or the shoulder muscles to feel, how's that? Is that tight? Does it need a bit more work? I focus on one side of the body. I generally focus around the shoulder area on one side of the body first. I just use circular movements around the shoulder blade, the scapula, over the trapezius and back round again. I've moved over to the other side. I'm moving in the same movements again around the scapula, across the trapezius, just feeling the muscles, just feeling for any tension. At this point the pressure, it's not hard. At this point the pressure is really soft. In this movement I'm using my thumbs. Gliding down one side of the back, one side of the spine, using my palms. I'm using the same movement on the other side. I'm trying to balance out all the movements so that it's equal, keeping the movements balanced as I work. If I do something on one side, I want to complete the same movement on the other side. I'm going back to 2 hands up and down each side of the spine. And continue just going up and down around the shoulder blade and warming the muscles. I can feel them soften as I work. So I'm just going to keep going round and round. In a pamper package that I want to last an hour, you're probably looking at 5 minutes to get ready when the client first comes in, 20 minutes of back massage, turning over, doing the facial, 20 to 25 minutes of the facial with a hand massage or a scalp massage or a foot, and then 5 minutes to get ready to leave. And it gives you your full 1 hour. The movements I like to use for a massage is slow. Sometimes you just end up needing to pace yourself slower. Actually, make a concerted effort to slow the movements down. We're just going down in small circular movements down each side of the spine, right down to the lower back. Then I use my palms. Then I move back up the spine and I do the same movements back down the spine again. So it's always a movement on either side of the spine, so I'm centering in and focusing on those muscles each side of the spine. When I complete a pamper package and it includes a back massage, this is a relaxing massage. It's not meant to fix badly damaged muscles. This is a relaxing, pampering treatment. After I've worked on the top half of the body, I'll start moving towards the lower back. So you'll lower the towel a little bit just to reveal the top of the buttocks. So we're just working the muscles above the buttocks and the lower back area. movements during a back massage are flowing. There's not many times that I would stop. I'm going to continue doing the same movements, which is circular, just moving up the spine, out to the edge of the trapezius, and back down again. I do movements between 3 to 5 times. Even though the movements may feel really repetitive, they feel really nice to the client, so you don't need to worry that the client is bored or thinking, why are you doing the same thing? It's really nice to lay there and get a back massage. As the muscles heat up in every area that I work, I then might move to my thumbs or my knuckles and just add a bit more pressure. I never go in with lots of pressure to begin with. I'm looking at warming up the muscles with softer movements called effleurage, and we're working and working and working to get the heat going. You might see redness on the skin, you might feel heat in the skin, but until I feel like things have softened up, until I feel like muscles have softened up and there's warmth, that's when I would add more pressure. That's when I'd use my thumbs. Muscles need time to get warm, to release. If you go in hard and fast, you're going to upset the muscles more than relax them. So just bear in mind, this is a pamper package. It's not a sports massage. It's not therapeutic. It's purely just relaxing. As you can see, as I do this massage, I move around the body. I move from the side. I move to the bottom. I move to the other side. This is one of my favorite moves, and it feels really nice. It's like kneading or pinching the trapezius. So I don't do this unless I've worked an area for a while and it's nice and warm already. So at that point I move to the opposite side of the body that I'm going to work on, and I lean over and I just lift and pinch the trapezius muscle. Just keep doing that until I feel like it's nice and soft and it's had the work it needs. what else can feel really nice during this movement is to sweep your hand in, up the side of the neck, and up to the occipital bone, which is the bone that you feel at the back of your skull. And that can feel really nice as well, having that massaged. So you can just continue with some alternate movements through there as well. If you really want to get into the shoulder blade muscles, you can ask your client to move their hand up on the back of the back, as you can see here. And it just reveals the muscles there a lot more easily. You can feel them a lot more easily. You can access them a lot more easily. You can just get really in and under there. You can see now that the actual skin is getting really red. This is okay. This is absolutely perfect. This is called erythema, and that's, the blood circulating in the area, getting the area warm. When you bring blood to an area, it's actually bringing oxygen and nutrients to that area. It's very good. So I'm not hurting this client. All the rubbing and the effleurage and the movement in that area has actually created like a really good blood flow. Can also be really good for lymph cleansing, lymph nodes. So, some therapists also do lymph massage. So it can really help with cleansing as well. I'm just doing the same movement on the other side of the shoulder. That pinching and kneading and lifting. Once you've done this movement, you could do the same thing again and get the client to bend their arm and put their hand on their back just to get into that shoulder blade again. You can make that judgment call as you feel the muscles, as you think this side needs more, that side needs less. You just do movements as you need to. Quite often when I'm finished with the massage, I'll do like large sweeping movements. In this case, similar to like an infinity move. So I like to do large, slow movements just to indicate we're coming to the end of one part of the treatment. And we're going to move on to the next very soon. This is pure Fiji sugar scrub. After having a massage, clients can often feel oily. This is going to cleanse the oil off the back. It's actually going to melt down by using some of the Pure Fiji body bath milk, and it turns into an AHA, which is like an alpha hydroxy acid. So first off, I'm just going to rub the scrub all over the back, and that is going to feel really good. You know, you think about those areas that you can't get to when you have a shower, and this is probably one of the nicest parts of a pamper package, when you have a back massage included, that clients enjoy the most. Just scrubbing away all that oil, and then I add the bath soak, and I rub that in until that sugar has completely dissolved. You can see Alex is looking really red now. She has got really good blood flow going through the area that we've worked on. Just continuing to dissolve down that sugar scrub, letting it melt down. If I was going to continue working on the legs or the feet, I'd actually leave this on and I'd let it go tacky and sticky. Because the AHAs, they'd just keep working on the back, they'd keep exfoliating in their own way. In this case, we're going to roll her over very soon, and we're going to continue on with the pamper package, which includes a facial. So I'm actually going to hot towel this off, and I'm going to give her completely clean, nice soft skin to roll over and lie on. I feel like when it comes to the hot towels, don't rush this part. This part should be nice and slow. Really compress those towels down. Take your time. I mean, that heat feels wonderful, having a whole warm hot towel just laid on your back. It feels so good. It feels like your body's just drawing in that heat. So take your time. Make sure that all that heat has just been soaked into the body before you take that hot towel away. Using the hot towel like a mitt, I've wrapped it around my hand, and I'm wiping all over her back to make sure there's no grains of that sugar left. I don't want her to roll over during this pamper package and then feel like she's lying on something scratchy. I want to make sure her back is completely clean. Finally, we're going to lift up that towel, make sure she's completely dry, keep her warm, get her ready for the next step. When the client has been rolled over, I put a pillow under her head and I start with her eyes. I always start with the eyes. Mascara or no mascara, I'm going to cleanse her eyes just as my first touch on the face. For these cotton pads, I've just used eye makeup remover. It's a molecular water type of eye remover, so there's no oil. It's really gentle. Just making sure she's completely clean. I'm just going to use a foamy cleanser on her face. With this foamy cleanser, it's thicker and it needs water added to it to really get more of a foamy substance. As you can see, as you work it, you see it's getting more foamy. I like O Cosmetics. They have a really nice gel cleanser. It's very thorough. When I cleanse the skin, it is actually really fast movements. We want to get all the pollution, the dirt, dead cells, all off the skin. And so movements when it comes to cleansing will be faster. You can really slow it down when you start toning, when you start doing facial masks, when you do the massage. That's the slow parts. That's the parts where it's pampering, where it's luxurious. The cleansing and the exfoliation, that's a bit of a faster pace. Just using clean pads to wipe off any of the excess cleansing gel that I've used. Then I'm going to mist over her face. I like to use a mist that comes in like a pump spray. And I use that and I just mist over the face. And then I get a tissue and I fold it in half and I just dab the skin. I just dry the skin lightly, finishing with each side of the nostril, the forehead. I spray one more time across the face and then I pat it. This is my opportunity to feel, is there any congestion? Is there anywhere that's going to need more work with exfoliation? Do I need to double cleanse? This is the time that I can really feel what's going on with the skin. After the cleanse, we exfoliate the skin. I will concentrate on areas that I think need more exfoliation. In this case, I'm not concentrating a lot on the chin. The skin is already aggravated there, so I'm going to really just be gentle around that area. Concentrate on the skin on the cheeks, the nose, the forehead. For today, it's about calming the skin down. And that's where the mask is going to come in really handy. We've got a beautiful alginate mask to use. With exfoliation, sometimes it can get tacky and it can become too thick. If that happens, I'm just going to dip my fingertips into water and just add more water to help break up and loosen the thickness of the exfoliator. Using sponges, I'm just going to cleanse off any exfoliator that's left on the skin. After that, I'll mist with the pump again. The mist just sprays across and just lands down on the skin, really gentle, and the client can feel it. And then I use a tissue, dry off, pat it dry, mist it one more time, and then use my hands just across the skin again. Just patting in the toner onto the skin. I'm going to do a mask today. It's an alginate mask. This mask sets like rubber and it's just going to peel off as one mask at the end once it's all dried. The consistency of this alginate mask is like icing sugar or like butter icing sugar. It's thick and it shouldn't run down the face too much. So you have to get the consistency right in order for it to go on really nicely. In this case, the consistency is actually really nice. Alginate masks are used to instantly cool, refresh, soothe and comfort the skin. It can help tighten enlarged pores, improve blood circulation, it increases oxygen supply, and it also helps with lymph flow. It basically improves skin health, complexion and radiance. So this is one of my favourite masks to use after a peel or on skin that just needs to cool down and calm down. So just switching to a side view here to show you how the mask is going on the other side. You can see it drips down slightly. You can use a tissue to help stop that drip. Just watch it and you'll be fine. This mask will need 10 minutes to set and just do its work. So you could do a hand massage, a scalp massage, a foot massage, whatever your client might want during that time, you can do it. I recommend if this is a pamper package that you're doing this for, you make sure that you add value and you give this client a pamper experience. So you give them another massage whilst they've got this mask on. I don't leave the room ever during a facial. I stay in the room. I always give them, something. Even if the person wanted to lie there and just have their fingernails buffed, that's fine. Just something else. Just so they're constantly being pampered throughout this whole 1 hour treatment. Pamper packages are like purchased as gifts, so it's a beautiful thing to be able to feel like you've really been pampered and that you had this gift bought for you where you were just treated so beautifully and so luxuriously. And I think every movement that you make should be thought of as, what else can I do for this person? What else can I add here that would make them feel lovely? And in this case, we've added a hot towel within a hand towel, and I've pressed it down across the décolleté just to add warmth as the person's lying there. And that's a lovely, lovely add-on as well. Just keep them warm, keep them snug, keep them really comfortable. Moving on to the hand massage, I'm just going to run through how I do a hand massage. Now, this is while the person is lying on the bed, so they're lying there with their hand down. You could sit on a stool next to the bed. In this video, I'm inserting a tutorial hand massage video, and we're going to go through how that's actually applied and how that works. This hand massage tutorial is available in another video, so you could watch that separately if you'd like a longer version. I'm going to cover the lower arm, the hand and fingers with oil. Starting with effleurage massage movements, I'm moving up the arm, warming up the skin and the muscles with those constant changing effleurage movements. With the hand palm face up, I move into circular thumb frictions up the arm. I'm going to do this several times. You can do this 3 to 5 times, just moving up the arm and back down again, and back up the arm and back down again. Once I've worked on the inner arm, I'll turn the arm with the palm face down, and I'm just going to massage up the forearm of the top of the arm. Using my thumb, I'm just kneading the muscle. Moving back down around the wrist area, I'm just going to lightly trace the figure 8 around the wrist bones. Sliding down to the hand near the thumb. I'm going to massage in between the index and the thumb. This can feel really nice actually. There's a bit of tension that can be held in there. I'm going to massage between the fingers along the metacarpals. Next, I'll massage each finger in circular movements, linking to the next finger, then moving down each finger in circular movements again. I just keep doing that until I've reached the thumb. The link to the next finger, is trying not to break contact, so trying to keep a nice constant movement, a nice constant touch with the client. Just going to show you that linking movement again. There's a one long traction movement after each finger, circular movements down the fingers, one long traction. I hold on to one finger, pick up the next finger, and release. Switching over hands, I do the final movements on the thumb with my other hand, and then we perform rotations both ways on each finger. So we're going to go round and circular movements to the left, round and circular movements to the right. Left or right to left, you start whichever way you like. There's never any forcing the body to move in a way it doesn't want to. It's just a guidance. It's a light movement. Everything should feel really relaxed for the client. They shouldn't feel like they have to move in a certain way. It should feel really just relaxing. Next, I bend the hand up and the client rests on their elbow. I'm just going to massage the client's palm, and I'm going to just keep massaging the palm, working each area. It might be long, straight movements. It could be circular movements. I'm just going to use my thumbs, and I'm going to use really big sweeping movements around the palm. I'm going to do little circular movements on the pad of the thumb. You can massage between the metacarpals on this side of the palm. You may not be able to feel in between the metacarpals as much on the palm side. You just use your judgment. Right below the fingers, where sometimes people get blisters, I'll massage those little pads. I'll go back and forward between them. I'll go back down to the bottom of the palm, massage up to that, back down, massage up to the next. I might concentrate on some areas more than others, just depending. Regardless, this is a really nice massage for the client. Having your palm massaged is not something that you get every day. We use our hands as tools, and to have it massaged and relaxed feels really good. Actually feels better than you expect when you have someone massage your hand. So bringing the hand back down, resting the hand flat on the bed. I just go back to effleurage movements up the top of the forearm. This is the final movements of a hand and arm massage. Concentrate on the tightness that's within the muscles. Massage as lightly or as strong as needed. In my final movements, I move back down to the hand and the fingers, and I just do a final movement around the cuticle area of the end of the finger of the nails, creating like a squeeze down along each side of the finger, massaging the cuticles, moving to the next finger. I'll finish with a firm final pressure and a squeeze of the hand just to indicate that I'm done, and then you can move to the other hand. You just follow the same or similar routine with the other arm and hand. After the alginate mask is set, I just lift around the edges of the alginate mask just to prepare it to remove. If this mask gets in the hair, it's okay. It will come out so easily. It just slides out of the hair and lifts off the face just like that. I remove any tissues that I've put into the headband, and then I look for any bits of alginate mask that are left on the face, and using a clean sponge I just remove those. I'm trying to be gentle in my movements, but I'm also wanting to remove all the residue mask. So because it sticks on quite well, I need to use a little bit of pressure. Next I'll apply a serum. I'm really fond of the O Cosmetics Age Defying Gel. I also like the Pure Fiji Facial Serum. After the serum I apply an eye cream. I use my ring fingers for this because I want to be as gentle as I can around the occipital bone. The skin around the eyes is much more delicate than any area of the face. Finally, I'm going to apply a moisturizer. My favourite moisturizer is O Cosmetics Comfort Cream. It's a very luxurious cream. It's a bit thicker. It's important to me that my client doesn't leave feeling like their face is greasy, so I will constantly pat on it and make sure that it doesn't feel greasy, that the amount of product I have placed on the client's skin is absorbing in and it's not leaving a residue on the skin at all, that they would walk away feeling like they just look oily. I don't feel like somebody wants to walk out of a facial feeling oily. They want to feel radiant and refreshed and beautiful. And that's what we want our clients to feel like when they walk away from a pampering treatment. Thank you for watching today, including prep time and the time at the end for the client to get ready and leave. That gives you a 1-hour pamper package routine you can follow to give your clients a pampering experience in your spa or your salon.